Hopefully y'all remember that there's Jewel School. And give it a few minutes while I set up. I'm Dana Stewart Coates, and this is Killer Queen Vintage Jewel School. One people, two people, no thumbs up. If you're here and you're here to learn, welcome to Jewel School. Say hello, don't be shy. Hi, Christina. Hey, Deborah G. I don't know if there are any other auctions going on or what's going on tonight. I'm only going to come on for an hour. I realize that there are other auctions going on. Hi, Deb. Deb, Tiny Dear, and Deb and G. Hi, Sue. Hi, Lori. It's oh my goodness. I mailed out the other day and I had 3 Debs and mailing to 3 Debs at once wasn't special because I'm like, oh my God, which Deb is this? I had to put the packages in different parts of the room just so I wouldn't get them confused. I think there's Gina and Dawn Hudson have an auction that's on now. Kirsten, I know, comes up at 5, I think. I just Deb, and Deb. You know, it's crazy. Well, whoever shows up, I don't meet many Danas. I'm lucky. I'm quite happy that my mom gave me rather, not really unique. I know Danas, but I don't think I've met more than 3 or 4 in my whole life. Hi, Lisa. Jan the Panda. Isn't there an auction going on now? Yeah, there are Danas out there. Definitely. And if you're here in Britain, they don't say Dana. My husband, for probably 8 years, called me Donna because that's how British say Dana. That long A. Lovely. And then one of his friends was called me Dana by my... Oh, they're on in an hour. Okay. Well, like I said, we're only going to run for an hour tonight because here I start at 11 o'clock and it's been a long day, guys. I've been up since probably 6, half 6. Hi, Emily. I loved your Valentine's. Don't think I got, like, Valentine's envy. It was beautiful, but I don't want anyone. sellers will tell you, hey, Kirsten, sellers will tell you I don't, I make them bundle. Like, I'll buy a bunch before they send it. Yeah, that's, Tanya, do what you got to do, sweetheart. If you want to watch it later or, you know, whatever, you do you. You don't, and not everybody has to be present. Hi, T. Marie. No problem. But my husband's friend said, why don't you call your wife by her real name? It's not Donna, it's Dana. You just have the British pronunciation. And for years, years he called me Donna. But now he says Dana. It wasn't special. But my sister's name is Deanna. So I'll answer to anything that starts with a D. Oh, no, honey. No, please. I got to see the other ones. It was beautiful. It was really nice. Maybe next year. I only mentioned it because I thought they were really pretty. Mary Jane, hi, sweethearts. You guys let me know when you want me to start. Like I said, I'm only going to run for an hour because there are other auctions and Kirsten has her sale to get ready for. So we'll cover hopefully all of the topics. And no, don't worry about it. Nice to see you, Deborah. Honey, I hope you don't think that I was correcting you when we were in Tanya's chat and you wrote down Dominique Dinuart. You said it and then I said it. And then you said you spelled it wrong. I'm just well. So, you know, you weren't far off. I knew who you meant. Hey, Ramel. It's just not like yeah, but well, so what? I knew who you meant. It wasn't so far off I had no clue. Of course, I knew who the name was, but, you know, how's anyone going to learn if somebody doesn't speak up? Okay, anytime you guys are ready for me to start, you can talk, you know, chat, whatever, ask questions. I'm cool with it. Obviously, the first thing we're going to talk about, because I have a bunch of it out on my desk here, would be Neiger. People sometimes wonder why I'm so attached to the Neiger brothers. And I mean, the first thing would be beautiful jewelry. Jan, class is in session. You can talk, it doesn't bother me. You know, I can't hear you. It's not like you're talking in the classroom. And why the Neiger brothers jewelry is just so special to me. And hopefully after I tell you about them, if you don't already know about them, it'll be a little bit more special for you too. My family, I'm American, so I have Hylian, I have different roots. Like all Americans, most Americans, but part of my family roots are Hungarian. And part of the Hungarian family was Jewish. So I say I'm a bad practicing Catholic, and I'm a bad Catholic because I don't like adhere to everything the church, adheres to, whatever. Just my beliefs and, but I'm still respectful for that Jewish heritage. And part of the respect is to respect people that died and survived the Holocaust. Might get a little emotional, but it is what it is. And the people that were targeted during the Holocaust were not only Jews and Gypsies and Poles and whoever else they decided to target. They quite often targeted people that were intellects, people that were prolific artists, and they targeted the Neiger brothers and the entire family. Neiger brothers started, and all of this is from memory. I don't read a script. I mean, it's just what's in my head. So if you fact check me and say, no, it wasn't 1905 they started to produce jewelry. It was, that's not poetic license, but it's just, I have a pretty eidetic memory, so, but if I get something wrong, forgive me. So 1905, the both of the Neiger brothers, Norbert and Max was the one who started producing the jewelry in Gablance in 1905 when he was very young. They were born in the late 1800s. And I think he was 18, 19, 20 when he started producing jewelry. It just, today a kid. But, it was a different time then. You were grown, you were a man, you were an adult. And after he studied, he started to produce his own jewelry. And what he produced was so fantastic that nearly everyone that saw his work copied him. So there are pieces that I will definitely say Neiger, and then there are other pieces that myself and other people who collect will not, they'll attribute things to them that might have been someone else copying them. But the thing with that is they use the same findings. Neiger didn't make their own. They used the same finding as everyone who in Gablance in that area would use. So that's why they're easily confused. It wasn't that people were going around ripping them off. Well, they were kind of copying their designs, but people are often copied and imitated, but you can't beat an original, is the moral to that story. So if you know what you're looking for, and what I want to hopefully show you to look for while we're talking about this, is there are characteristic things in Neiger jewelry that'll help you identify it. So when you're out shopping or you're looking online, or it's all over the world. It was only produced in that area in Czechoslovakia, and once what year was it, 38 or 39, they moved from Gablance to Bohemia, and they operated there for a few years, I think till 1942 when they were taken, and they were taken to Prague, and afterwards they were taken to Auschwitz, and they were, for lack of a better word, exterminated. So, hi Terry, for 30 short years these brothers made prolific jewelry that still lives today because it was such quality, and because so many people that had it took care of it. Thank goodness. What I'm about to show you is just a small part of my collection, and pieces that, you know, maybe a couple of these pieces I won't offer. I don't know, I'm rather attached to them, but they're pieces that I'll offer to you, and they're pieces that we're going to study that you can help find it yourself. It's I'm glazing over it a bit, Tia Marie, because if you would read the story and read how the tragic and the of it all, how tragically they were just snuffed out. And you know, some of the most beautiful glass and costume jewelry that I've collected for many years. It's some of the most beautiful and touching. Now it's touching, you know. Then it was just beauty. But that's probably why I have, and most Neiger collectors have an attachment. So with that, I'm going to show you a piece of my collection that is old and rare. And when we have the Egyptomania sale, I will be offering, because I have other ones, it's the only reason I'll be offering it, I will be offering this piece. Now, when they started in 1905, it does make it more meaningful. I think the first one they made was a mummy in a tomb. Now, remember, this is 1905. This is before, there's always been idol worship of the Egyptian culture. But in 1922, and the reason we're having the Egyptomania sale and, you know, sale / education, is that's when they discovered King Tut's tomb. So I'm sure this is early, but I'm not positive that this is one of the earliest pieces produced, because I know that the mummy in the tomb, the mummy in the, I think it's a mummy in a sarcophagi, was the very first. But, and you know, this is not to say this is a pharaoh. This is not to say that it's Tut. Oh, Mary Jane, I'm not selling it tonight, sweetheart. I'm just showing you guys. But yellow is the most rare color for these. And I'd have to date him. You know, I will date him before the sale. But I'm almost positive he's one of the oldest. One of their oldest pieces. But that's my pharaoh. One someday. This is one of their first. Now they did everything on wire bead, or they did it on silk cord. Now somewhere along the years, the little check spring ring, you'll see I'll show you another piece, the spring ring that has Czechoslovakia somewhere on the spring ring or on the ring. This is the original silk cord. And yeah, this original silk cord has lasted over 100 years. This piece with the scarabs and the pressed glass is, we'll have a bit of a light show. Of course, that's uranium. I love Neiger uranium. You'll see, it's just, it's so bright. It's so intense. So, okay, they used pressed glass a lot. when you see the pressed glass that they used, what you want to look for is it's just clean. It's not clean as in, you know, washed clean. Of course, this has been washed clean. Delicately washed clean, but nonetheless washed clean. All of the lines are, of course, there's no mold lines, and it's, when you hold up other examples of pressed glass to it, they just don't compare. It's the quality. Let me show you. You guys have seen this one. This is pretty recent that I found this one. This uranium piece. And they did a lot of Egyptomania. They did a lot of Chinese and chinoiserie, because chinoiserie, is that, I think that's the correct pronunciation. That was very vogue at the time in the 1920s, 1930s, is to copy Chinese style. So that's where you get, you know, Chinese influences in a lot of their jewelry. Now this one I know is early. And these would have been more painted. I mean, the relief was painted, and, you know, of course, it's lost a lot of its paint over the years. But you can see they're also Egyptian inspired. And these are very typical. These end caps are found in a lot of their pieces. The wired pieces you guys have seen. I showed you this one last week. Is an early Bohemian. And these gold pieces, we'll show them the light show. These are uranium as well. Voxel glass, the mirrored back glass, is typical of their style. This one I showed last week, and you guys saw in the preview a brooch that I had. Lizzie London has it now. I love that she has it, because you want your pieces to go to people that you know. It's funny, but you want them to go out in the world and be loved and enjoyed, but it's just more special when you know who has them. They used a lot of flowers. They used a lot of petals. Special pieces are when you find crystal, the caps, and the flowers. This, I think, this piece is from maybe late, when they started to work with these type of ceramics. I had, and Sunday Baubles actually got it, a piece recently that was ceramic and uranium. You'll see how these glow once we cut the lights as well, and the characteristic end caps. Oh, this piece it's got just about everything going on. Of course, it's unfortunately lost some of its enameling over the years, and the petals, the casing. This is definitely 1930s with this triangular pressed bead, the woven bead. And let's see if we can see the check. I'm pretty sure this one is marked. And not all of these this one is marked. Not all of these spring rings are marked Czechoslovakia, but many of them are. Because, I mean, maybe they all were once upon a time. But, you know, give or take 100 years, you do lose bits and pieces. Like that original uranium. I know once upon a time, I'm sure that it had a spring ring, but luckily enough of the silk survived, and someone just knotted the living daylights out of it. Oh, thanks, Mary Jane. They need done. I'll have them done before next week. Did I take any other Neiger out? I think that's out. Do you guys want a little, do you have any, no, I won't give you a sneak peek of what's coming tomorrow until we have, if you have any questions. Do you have any questions about? Oh, wait, is it back? Let me know, guys. Okay, fantastic. Yeah, we'll try to work with the storms. I was asking you if you guys had any questions. Yay. Yeah, there's we're getting the remnants of is it Eugenia, something, some terrible storm. Yay. Yay, I'm back. Yeah, we have to turn the lights off, and I have to give a sneak peek for tomorrow. It's traditional. So do we want to switch topics or the caps? You want to see the caps again? Okay. All right, girls. This is, guys, girls, this is what you want to look for. And of course, mine have all been cleaned. When you find them out in the wild, they're actually going to be pretty dark. Oh, that one's turned around there. Turn around, you. These are on like long wire. You know, you've seen, I've showed you guys wired necklaces. They're on long wired bars, and then the end caps. Or, yeah, this is the same. And of course, they work with filigree as well. And the Germans worked with filigree. I could, you know, that could be a whole different topic of German filigree with Czech glass. T. Marie, I think, collects it. I have quite a bit of it. Too fuzzy to see close up. Oh, poop. Better back here? Oh, hello, Sylvia. Sylvia's new. Everybody say hello to Sylvia. Oh, poopy. got to take some photos. Oh, well, see, crystal clear for some people. I will take photos of them. Oh, it's yours. No, is the weather bad there as well? That's not brilliant. Oh no, welcome, honey. Let's see. Oh no. I will take clear photos of them. Like I said, once, or I started to say, and I think I started buffering it. Once I sell them, they're gone. You know, I don't know how many of you resellers feel, but when you sell a piece that you know is special, those colors, they worked with a lot of, and it's my favorite color too, they worked with a lot of like turquoise and like sea glass. Oh, this. Oh, yeah. Well, these are all uranium, so that's why they really have that extra. That's something we're gonna have to have. We've had a class on uranium glass, but I really didn't get to show on how I spot uranium from, you know, I know it's uranium by looking at it. I knew these were going to be uranium. I just knew from the color that they were going to be uranium. And you know, I'll show you these. Well, these are the oldest, and these glow the brightest. These are probably 20 or 25% uranium, the concentration. Now, I found out recently that they still make uranium beads, but just for crafting and things. Some of the pieces are signed, but they're not signed Niger. They're only signed Czechoslovakia because they didn't make their own findings. There were a pool of findings. Kind of like when I tell you guys about gemstones. The more you handle them, the more you see them, the more you know what it is. Niger pieces weren't ever marked Niger, and if they are, and there are some copies out there, bad copies. I think they say Czechoslovakia, or I'll get some examples of them. I showed Sunday Baubles what to look for bad fakes, for lack of a better word. Because of course, you know, now that they're like prolific, highly collected, very expensive, you know, jewelry, there are people that are, you know, unscrupulous manufacturers that are making things and saying things like, this was a warehouse and during the war it was shut up, and I have all of this brand new old stock. If someone ever approaches you and says that, yeah, it's like buying Brooklyn Bridge or, you know, something else that's ridiculous. There are no warehouses shut up during the war. All of those, I'll show you the copies. I'll have to take the photos and I'll post them to YouTube and show you the copies of things that are fakes. Oh, there's a lot more to the history, obviously, you know, the very dark parts of it that you need to read for yourself. And that if I read them, I'd probably just become a little too emotional. But, yeah. I mean, there were children involved and his parents, and, you know, if if you have any Jewish heritage, or you know of you're someone with Jewish heritage, and they're Eastern European, then they've suffered that same fate. They put people down like they were dogs. I mean, I don't think you'd gas a dog that way. Are you back alive? I don't, Sue, are you back alive? Am I buffering again? Oh, I hope not. So listen, we've only got 20 more minutes. There's a lot of things that I wanted to talk about, but like I said, I'm gonna cut it short tonight because I'm just exhausted, and I get to turn around and do this all again tomorrow. So what I think I'm going to do for the rest of the 20 minutes, if you have any questions, you can ask. And then I'm going to show you guys, because you're here, a few little sneak peeks. Since you showed up for school, you get some sneak peeks. I'm going to gather up my Neiger here and put that away, and then we'll pull some of the pieces out. I'll hopefully not buffer. My creaky chair. Oh goodness. Okay. Let's hang the rest of this up. Oh, I was going to show you guys. Oh my goodness. How bad of me. We were going to have a little light show. And I forgot. Well, it's all right here. Okay. We don't have to take the Pharaoh out. The Pharaoh doesn't. I mean, he's there with them. But unfortunately, he's not uranium. I do have some scarabs that are Neiger scarabs. So we'll leave it piled like that. Get the lights. Huh. I don't know what happened up in my other light. All right. Everyone needs a uranium or a UV flashlight. You're not going to miss these guys. But I wouldn't suggest you take one of these big ones into antique shops. And yeah, not everybody knows what they have. You see how these ones go? Those are the later ceramic ones, and these are the earliest ones that after you light them, they actually glow for a while. Do you? I don't. I don't. I have a small one. Oh, look at this ruby. Or, it's not a ruby, it's a sapphire. That's an Art Deco sapphire. Natural gems are fluoresce as well. That's funny that that was there, and just, yeah, it does. I mean, these things light up. Light up. Oh, that little bohemian. Where's she at? We don't want her to tangle. There's her uranium. The pretty colorful bohemian. And that's an example of amber uranium glass. But like I said, that's another class. I'll teach you all the different colors and what to look for. All right. Now we can sneak pick those up pretty gingerly. And these things back up. Oh, we need more light in here, don't we? There we go. I don't know what the heck happened here. One of my lights is gone. I'll play with it before tomorrow, because that's not very bright, is it? Okay, let's see. Sorry, I'm just hanging some things back up. I've got entirely too much jewelry out. Hi, Colleen. How are you, hon? Previews for tomorrow. Okie doke. Well, you know, I've been on this. I think Janda's on it too. Oh, cool. I love when kids get interested in it. So, what color aren't they? What color are they? Uranium? What color does uranium come in? Originally, uranium came in green and yellow. And that was when they discovered in the 1800s. When they discovered that they can make uranium glass. I think you guys have seen most of this. These are, I have two new pieces. This one is 1920s rock crystal on wire. This is brand new. Fabulous. We'll see that tomorrow. I have yellow Mary Jane. Does anyone know what these are? I suspect you all do. Claw set, quartz crystal, pools of light. 1920s. Yes, I have dark blue. I have dark blue, Sue. I have dark blue uranium set with Peking glass. It's crazy here too, Colleen. I lost everybody for a terrible wind. Let's see what else for tomorrow. It's a test. What's a test? Oh, you guys, you all know rock crystal. Yeah, I wanted to take them to the jeweler tomorrow. I just picked them up today. I literally have a search everywhere around here for, yeah. Oh, pools of light. Oh, let me think what I can tell you quickly. Pools of light have been used by the Chinese for hundreds and actually thousands of years. They feel that they're powerful. And that's why they've never, the most valuable are like these. They're tension set. They're not drilled. If they're drilled, they instantly lose, the Chinese feel that they lose their power. Christina, I have one Neiger ring. I don't have any bracelets at the moment. Yeah, Colleen, honey, stay indoors. You know, hopefully you have a generator if you lose power. That's awful. Oh, no, don't worry, Kristen. I'm collecting. I've seen a Neiger bracelet. I could not afford it. It was crazy. I think it was over 600. But, you know, some of the pieces are. Moonstone is not, these are quartz crystal. This is a natural quartz, crystal quartz. And the Chinese are the first to feel that you know, the sphere had power. You have a beaten up bracelet of Neiger or pools of light. Pools of light, these earrings are phenomenal. No, there's no reason to be frightened. It's just weather. I mean, if, you know, God forbid if it took you, at least something natural took you. Yes, you didn't answer me, Kirsten. Is it pools of light or Neiger? You just said yes. Whatever. If you have a pool of light bracelet, wow. Yeah, I imagine it would be beat up though. Bracelet. That's rough. Oh, thank you. There's some more fabulous things. Don't worry. I've got a few more tricks up my sleeve. Who likes Miriam Haskell? Is anybody that likes Miriam Haskell? I got a pretty fabulous piece today. I'll show you these before I pull her out. Yeah, she's definitely a girl. $1920s iced tea Bakelite. Carved, definitely deco. That's a new cuff. Art Deco amber. Carved Art Deco amber on the original chain. That's sterling. This one, I want to say this is probably 1930s, 1940s. It's 9 karat gold. Only everyone in their right mind. Oh, I think I might blow your minds with this piece. It blew my mind. I met with a private collector today in Dartmouth. You've all heard of Dartmouth and the Naval Academy. That's probably 35, 40 minutes from my home. And it's only because the roads are terrible here in England. The easiest way to test it, honey, is, now people will tell you semi-chrome. And I'll tell you, as soon as you learn the smell of Bakelite, Bakelite's pretty indestructible. Toss it into a cup of boiling water. Pull it back out and smell it. Now, obviously, you can't do that in a shop. Chrome is, you know, more practical. I also carry a baggie with semi-chrome cotton swabs, Q-tips. I have Victorian glass cameo. Yeah, I have, of course, I have tons of glass necklaces, Colleen, and I have tons of cameos. There's a new pair of cameo earrings. These are not the sterling, but they're not from, you know, they're not Victorian. They're that sardonyx, and they're from the 1980s, but they're phenomenal. They have that European. Pull these down. It pulls down and levers closed. And they have a right facing and a left facing. And they're marked 925. And, you know, it's thicker, it's smoother, it's, you know, it's back, but they're fine reproductions. But they're definitely reproductions. And I have tons of originals as well. I just had those out because they're pretty. What else? Oh, Sue, you're still here. I have a bracelet that matches the phenomenal necklace you bought. Show that tomorrow. What else do I have out that I... Oh, the Haskell. All right, let's take this light out of the way because it's a big piece. And did you see it? The bracelet. I mean, anyone that has. But I just thought of you because it does go with it. Anyone that has that Nouveau style ring could appreciate it. What time tomorrow? Midnight my time, so that's 7 yours? Yeah. Okay, guys, you ready? Haskell? You asked for Haskell? I'll give you Haskell. I can't pull my camera up. It's an entire bib. Isn't it just? It's very early. I'll show you the back of the piece, the chainmail. And her earliest pieces had this type of chain. That connected the piece. Okay, one flaw in the whole plan here. Oops. See, and the beads like to go back through. I spent half the day cleaning it. Yeah, You should see, I had got it from a woman in Dartmouth she was probably in her 60s, and this was her mom's. This was her mother's piece. One flaw here, but you'll benefit from the flaw. Her mother, these pieces, these early pieces that had the chain, would have 2 pieces of chain that would connect it. Yeah, I'm going to bring it tomorrow. They had 2 pieces of chain that would connect this with like a shepherd's hook. This is a heavy piece. Now, okay, we're getting there, Christina. This is a heavy piece. It had 2 pieces of chain and a shepherd's hook, and it would have had a Haskell tag. Even the early pieces had Haskell tags. Some of the early pieces weren't marked. I've identified Haskell pieces for a jeweler that I worked for, a big Finley Fine Jewelry, huge multi state company. But in the 1950s, and you can see from the clasp when I show you, in the 1950s, her mother had the hook removed, and she had this hook, this latch put on for comfort. It's flat, and it clasps. So you would have to have it authenticated by, I will give you a letter with it. And if you have it authenticated and they say it's not Haskell, then I'll refund your money. I'm that confident. If it were authenticated, I've seen these bibs go for $600 and $700. So I'm going to ask less than half of that. And then if you want to go and have it authenticated and they say, oh no, that woman doesn't know what she's talking about. First, I'm going to laugh at them because I do know what I'm talking about. And secondly, I know for a fact what it is. And I bought a lot of I bought the Pools of Light earrings from that lady. You'll see a lot more pieces tomorrow. What's scalloped what? The back. The back is like a collar. It's here. Let me pull my camera up. This stand is terrible. I need to replace it. It hangs like a collar, and every piece of this moves when you move. It's the most amazing piece of Haskell that I've ever seen. I've seen other bibs. I mean, I can show you other bibs. One that's a book piece that is very similar to it. But it's blue and it has longer dangles. I'm going to get up close so you can see. Every one of these is pin set. And to answer you, Colleen, no, I don't believe it's sterling. I think it's brass, like most of her pieces were made of. Back in the day, people would make fun of the brass and glass jewelry makers. And now it's some of the most desirable in the world. And these pieces, that's not Aurora Borealis. These are crystal. That's just the colors that are coming from the pink crystal. It's not a coating. They're like bicolored, pink and blue. And there's not one missing. Not that I've gone over everything. I think there is 1 or 2 of the I'll make sure to like note everything of the little tiny dangles. There's, I think there's, was there, did I count that there was one missing here? These are all balanced. I think there's one missing here. But, you know, given the age of the piece, I think she's in, like, every ring is in place. And I can't, other than that one little side dangle, I can't find one missing crystal. So, yeah, all these pieces that I've showed you will be there. Ooh. Well, you know, obviously you're going to watch, we'll see it tomorrow, but, you know, more in depth. I'll take it off, lay it flat, turn it over so you can see the back and the front, and I'll also get some comp pictures for you of the book piece that I'm talking about so you can compare it. I am going to bring this Edwardian Sapphire. I have actually a couple Edwardian pieces. And the preview you saw, I have some more Bakelites, some Bakelite brooches. Do I have any cameos out to show you now, Colleen? I know I have some out. What the heck I've done with them, I don't know. I'll be sure to bring them tomorrow. Oh, loads more rings. Camera down. This is, wait a minute, no, whoops. The camera said, no, I don't want it down. That's a brooch. If anyone's after an amber brooch. Sylvia, who came in and joined us, I know she was after one of the size 8 rings. And of course, you know, you guys know I have big hands. I get bigger rings all the time. That's a new one. This is a new one. This is a new one. The brooch was new. This is a new one. Another Nouveau. I have, oh, I just dropped it. What the heck? I'll show it to you tomorrow after I pick up. I have a pinky ring. I have, I bought one for someone that maybe doesn't like the great big chunky amber. I don't know who that would be, but if it's you, then your name's on it. Oh, what the heck is the name of this stone? Everybody asked for it. You know. This sapphire, this is pink. Lori, I have never been so happy in all my life that you got your package. I'll tell you guys now, if you ever have a problem, if it ever runs more than 2 weeks, Houston, we have a problem. You know, tell me, I will get on, and I did it for Lori. I will get on to Royal Mail, and luckily, after it took a month, and it was, this will tell you, I mean, Lori ordered things after she got this order, and her first order hadn't come. So, like, I feel totally blessed that even though she didn't have her first order, she still bought more. But I don't know what was going on with customs or the mail or what happened. But, you know, I went off on them. I filed a claim against them. And the very next day, Lori got her package after it had been missing for a month. Hi, Nicola. I'm going to cut this short because I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. And we're just doing a preview. Guys, remember I told you that black amber is the most rare of the Baltic? Black amber and white amber. This is black amber. I haven't seen anybody else with black amber. I want to bring you things that nobody else has. I don't, you know, I love to bring you old amber. I love to bring you black amber, carnelian. That was the big stone, the big Mexican ring. Big Mexican silver. And this one, I think this thing's a chunk. It's a chunk of silver. And it's a rose and vines. It's fabulous. It's like 15, 16 grams. It's modern, and I don't always do modern, but I love flowers. So I'm a sucker. So I think Gina and Dawn are already on. Oh, there's, and it's a larger size too, Lord. But, and remember, I have a jeweler. So, you know, if you need it smaller, you need it larger, not a problem. The longest I have to wait with him usually is a day or two. And, who was it? Leslie, oh, there were a few people. Billy, it's my name, DanaStewartCoates@gmail.com. Can someone throw that in the chat? Wait a minute, I've got my phone. My other phone. Why does it want to do that? The pink sapphire is set in 14 karat gold, honey. Not gold tone. It's 14 karat. I have a lot of fine jewelry. And I'm, you know, a little bit of the time I'm bringing it in and introducing it to you. I know other people on YouTube don't sell fine jewelry, but I've worked in fine jewelry longer than costume. That's it, Billy. DanaStewartCoates@gmail.com. And you just pre-register with your YouTube name, your real name, your email address that's linked to PayPal, and PayPal will give me all the other info. I use PayPal. PayPal's a pain in the butt. They eat a lot of the profit, but they also protect you. They protect me. When we thought that Lori's package was lost, when I contacted them, they were really cool about it. So, you know, she was protected. I was protected. Nah, thank you. And hopefully I see you all tomorrow. And we didn't really get to talk about much in Jewel School. So next week, you know, through the week, I'm busy. I have a life. I mean, I do this. This is my job. But, you know, we're remodeling a 1930s home. Right now, the weather is awful. My stepson, it will be off from school. So, you know, I have other things going on. But do shoot me an email if you have any questions or ideas for shows. Good night. Thank you. Be blessed. And see you all tomorrow.